Hey guys, I'm sending this out primarily to Ian because I want to just talk a little bit about a kick-off drill, but I'm also going to talk about a change I want to do in EDD. And John and Ben, you're going to be around for the EDD as well, and Caleb. So I wanted to share this with you also. I'm hoping this is no more than 5 minutes. So first, let me talk to Ian about a quick modification to do in our alley fight drill, as he's going to be doing kickoff on Tuesday. And then I can talk about how I want to change EDD a little bit, which involves all of us. So, alley fight drill. If you remember this, Ian, we've got uh, three defenders on the sideline. I'm just going to use D for them. And they're going to sprint down the sideline to where there's cones, bags, and finally a ball carrier. This was a pretty fun drill, remember? They go around the cone because that's their avoid zone where they can get out of their lane and still come back in. But then when they come up to the bag, they need to attack that blocker using their leverage, right? Outside. Outside. And this guy depends on where he is on the field, right? But let's just say he's outside here. So all I want you to do to change this just a little bit for Tuesday, because we don't really want to have any contact, is run the drill the same way. But as the ball carrier releases, have them two-hand touch. Just keep it simple. Two-hand touch means we're in the proximity. But you know what the coaching point is, that as soon as they hit the bags, they need to shimmy down so that they're not out of control. What I do want you to do with this, though, is make sure that the kids that you have doing this are only your kickoff team or kids that you think can be subs. Now, for those subs, I want you to start thinking about which one of those subs can you put on the kickoff team. That way, some of our kids who aren't going to be our starters, we can start to get experience and work them in. Now, while you're doing that, I'm going to be off with kids that you don't have on this drill who are from the offensive line, like Josh Clays. Josh Clays should not be doing this, but he should be working with me, working on the down block, which was problematic for him in the game. Anybody else do that as well. So you could have coaches holding the shields, or you could have the kids who just ran down holding the shields. But again, no contact, please. Only your kickoff team, possible subs. Everybody else, the individual coaches will use that 10 minutes as a chance for us to at least talk with them. The second 10 minutes of the period, you can line them up, do your usual stuff. We'll give you a kick return team. You can work on sides. You can kick it deep, whatever it is that you really need to do. Okay, so that's the alley fight drill. Now, everybody, that means Ian, John, Ben, and Caleb. I'd like to change our EDDs a little bit. The shoulder blocking was good. The wave drill was okay. But one of the things I noticed in the scrimmage is that our double teams, especially on the reach plays, were bad. They're terrible. And it shouldn't surprise us because we don't work on it much. So here is what I want to do, and I'll go ahead and I'll introduce it on the first day. I would like to change our EDD so there's three types of blocks going on. A stalk block done by our receivers and our quarterbacks. A double team that's done by our linemen and our backs. It should look like this. So we'll still go with three lines. The first line, this will be made up of receivers in QBs, all in a straight line. That should give us what, about 7 kids? We'll have the step over bag, and then one of the kids straddling the bag, who the receiver will do the stalk block to and drive backwards. Caleb, I don't know if you did this with us, but we used to have this person holding a tennis ball with 2 hands. They drop the ball, they strike, and they drive. So we can get a good 10-minute period to where our receivers and quarterbacks just work on stalk blocking. That's fine. In the next two lines, we'll have a line going back of O-line, and that'll include Braden, and that'll include Devin. And then I want a line right next to them of backs. And we're going to want wing backs especially, but we'll also take our jet backs and we'll take our tailbacks. And all they're going to do is work on double teams. We should be able to get both of these going at the same time. I'm hoping that it won't cause long lines with kids waiting. But here is why I want to do this. We need to work the double teams. The O-line won't be hurt by working more double teams. The backs won't be hurt by working double teams, but we need especially our tight ends and wings to do this because they're not good at it right now. Receivers, they always have to work the stalk block, and Caleb, we can take this out of your individual period by doing it in EDD. So I'd like EDD to be a little bit different for the next 2 weeks, doing it this way. And Ian, I'd like you to do the alley fight drill by yourself, two-hand touch, while the coaches take players who aren't involved. That just means, Ian, you've got to make sure that you have all the kids who are on the kickoff team ready to go. You're going to get 20 minutes, and time is going to be tight on Tuesday. So it's got to be really ready to hit the ground with our feet running. Okay, guys, I'll see you Tuesday.